This is the last part of Anduin guide. This video gonna see phase 2 and phase 3, and just like quickly discuss how to deal with those mechanics and what's new compared to heroic. For skip this part. It's like in intermission we already saw in the intermission miss some damage on necrotic detonation, but with everyone alive and like 1 or 2 more cooldowns assigned for that army, it should be okay. So nothing really to discuss in intermission really. Strategically, it's just execution. It's like shouldn't be a big problem, I would say. So in phase 2, what's different now is the stars aren't going to star in orange anymore because the boss is standing at different parts of the room. So how you're gonna do these stars, like, depends where the boss is, but you will see like the idea for it. And these ads are now buffing each other when they die. So at 4th ad it becomes impossible to interrupt. So you need stuns and shit. But for them, if you follow like the CC slash kick slash stun order, it's not a problem at all. You're just gonna see the point of this is not like how to CC. It's to see how the boss moves and to see where the stars go. So the boss starts on green. We kill this first ad. This is first set of ads. The first set of ads and second set are like it's the same ads, but you kill them in different order. You will see why. So in first set of ads you kill like 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like on that picture I linked. Over this first ads, nothing special. You have 2 interrupts, it died, and then you have first set of stars in this phase. And as I said, they can't go on star and orange anymore for obvious reasons. The ads are standing right on top of those markers, so you can't go there. And so you can go to star and orange, so you kind of have to think here. You can go to purple, and aiming between these ads is kinda tricky, so I wouldn't suggest going to middle and try and aim it between those 2 ads. It's not a consistent strat. So every other part of the room is pretty bad. So this is like the only part of the room which you can do this first stars safely. It's the area between green and yellow. This edge, and you kinda aim all stars there, so they aren't hitting the ads and they aren't killing anyone in the raids. Like it is the best way to aim these first stars at. I'll play the video here. 4 stars, YOLO'd. Boss is moving a bit here, so it can be tricky. So we will try and like have tanks slowly move the boss instead of just yeeting right to the head. So that's the first set of stars in this part of the room. We can put the mark as well, I guess, just to call it at the start of progression of that phase. So first stars are on, we can put skull as well, I guess, just because they're watching this video, so there's like no confusion with marks. Second ad is like also interrupted, nothing special, still isn't casting quickly yet. And then on third ad, like the cast is pretty quick, it's 1 second, still interruptible, but I would suggest to open with a stun, because everyone is like finishing this ad, still running to him. It's not a safe to interrupt. I would open with a stun. They opened with the Hammer of Justice, which is whatever. It's like stun into interrupts here to kill it. And yeah, so this is like the next part. So first 3 ads killed with interrupts only. Stun is fine on third. And this is where the first Kingsmart happened in this phase. It's first group again, and it's important to see how you place these Kingsmorns. So the best way to do this Kingsmorn is to put it right on top of the next ad you kill. So the first set of ads is the fourth ad where Kingsmorn is being put on. So the druid is casting Cyclone here in order to not break the CC when tank is moving there. So you can Cyclone, put the Kingsmorn, group 1 goes in. So you see group 1, and it's like whoever's supposed to go group 1 goes here, everyone else is finishing the third ad. So by the time Kingsmorn happen, the Cyclone will break, the Cyclone will expire, and you follow it with a stun. So this ad is like only beamed or stunned. It's not good. It's in an interrupt place. The cast is too fast. So what we have assigned here is a kidney into beam, which is like the best combination you have. But I'm gonna go and like repeat this one more time, and like I'm not gonna stop the video. So boss is being moved to fourth ad. Put Kingsmorn there. Finish the third ad if you're not going in. And then follow this ad with a kidney shot and beam. So the first group went in. Whoever stays upstairs like finishes the fear ad, and you still do this control on lost souls. They have a Shadow Fury. You still like to do the damage on them. You don't want to break people too early. Then you have these stars again. For this set of stars, it's good. It's good to like I would aim it here on this side of the room because there's like no one standing there. Like they will go away from the room. But this side is fine as well. Because you will assume that the raid and tank are standing in the line between ads and the boss. So this line from boss to these small ads. So the stars should never go in this way, but everywhere else should be fine. So there's no need to complicate these stars. Like if you're on tank, you're safe. If you're on the ads, you're safe. If you're in the line between ads and boss, you're safe. It's like this line over here. So the stars can go everywhere else. As you can see, like it's nothing really fancy about it. This star was pretty bad, I would say. There's a bit too close to the raid. There's plenty of space on the outer edge, like this side of the room, and the left side of the screen is the best to put stars on. This guy is like, I don't know, I don't like that star. It's pretty bad. But yeah. So it's like, you know, break people out when it's 6, 7, 5 left. There's no marks in this phase. So in that regard, as long as they kill things inside, there's no breaking out too early. It's fine because there are no marks. They get stars again here, the same way you assume that everyone is standing on tank. There's no ads here, but there's a barrier, so everyone is standing right on tank in the barrier, and stars are just flying away from that spot. But you can, like, I see people still dying to these stars. Like you can always see these white lines between star people and the boss. It's like fucking don't be in that way. I don't know. So second set of ads are spawning. There was no time to move the boss to green and start the same rotation, but it doesn't matter at all. So we're gonna have like Hebizuki, who was assigned to CC CC orange. He will just CC green here, like whatever. And then second Kingsmorn aligns with second ad. So you put the Kingsmorn on the next ad you kill. So on this set of ad, it's not fourth ad, it's second ad you kill next. So the Kingsmorn will be on second ad. So like this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Kingsmorn is coming, the boss will move, and was there stars here? There are stars. So after these stars, you move the boss to and put the Kingsmorn on the second ad. But these like it isn't as bad as the first set because the second head will not be casting quickly as the fourth head. So it's like, you know, you move the boss. You even if you break CC, it's manageable over here. So finish both heads, and second group goes in. So second group, nothing to see inside. I found this where he is upstairs when second group goes in, just to see. So also they have Kingsmore on the second ad. It's the same threat, like the best threat for this boss. So whoever's standing upstairs, you have new stars. So you again assume that everyone is standing between boss and ads, so the stars can go on this side of the room towards orange. It's like probably the hardest part about phase 2 is the stars, honestly, because they aren't fixed locations anymore. Boss moves around the room, killing the ads and shit. So you have to think if you get a star where you want to put them. Like, don't get a star and you don't know what to do with them. I have a plan. If you get a star, where you will go, kinda. Like there's a timer for stars, track it, and you just say to yourself, if I get a star, I will go like to the left or whatever is standing. Like, don't hit the raid, don't hit the ads. That's all. So this is like the second King's Morn. Lots of stars. The barrier is right on top of the ads. Now for us, like it depends how much damage we do. If we have to move the boss away a bit, but yeah, it's kind of scuffed here with stars, as you can see. So it's like a tight for stars, and just make sure you don't like put them through the ads. And there are fear ads as well on the other side of the screen. So you can't put like these stars are like hard. It's like no joke. You can go left, you can go in the middle. So the only room to do these stars is like between orange and green on this edge where they're doing it right now. Back to the previous video, the one we watched before. So group 2 is done inside, they're gonna get freed now, and they're gonna be back on green. So yeah, upstairs, like it's hard to do those stars. You have to practice, like remember where to put them. Don't go randomly to the middle, to the sides, and then you just end up doing something bad. Try and copy this star placement we discussed. I didn't mention this in the earlier, but the second set of these fear ads, you kill orange and green, and then you wait for the other group to come back up. When they're done inside, you free them, and then when we're all here, when there's 20 people upstairs, we go and finish the last two ads. For them, you just follow the CC order. Third ad is like stunning to interrupt. The last ad is open with a stun. Gonna be akin into beam for us. And you kill it. So they got force of veil and just killed it at that time. So like I think it's fine to kill it before remnant spawn, so there's like quite a bit of time. So gonna skip this intermission, we already saw this. The difference here is that we don't have Bloodlust, so yeah. First Necrotic Soul might be tighter. First Monster Soul. Keep saying Necrotic Soul. Just gonna skip this, no point looking at the intermission. It's like literally same as the first one without Bloodlust. Okay, so phase 3 begins here. So quick discussion about boss damage. It's gonna come up in raid, so it's gonna clear this shit up now. The boss health doesn't matter, like it matters. Like it would be bad if the boss was like 20-25%. Anything to 15 to 10, like 10 is the maximum you can go, is killable. So don't be, oh shit, he's not 10%, like we're not gonna kill it. It doesn't matter, like 15, 16 is killable, you just don't want to be it's like 20 plus or something dumb like that. Okay, so what's the difference is it, like before it even happens, we're gonna explain, then we're gonna play the video. What's the difference then to compared to heroic is that these marks which happen in phase 3, you have assigned people who go in, and then assign people who catch the orb. So that's like the new mechanic gonna see. Every time someone enters in the middle, the orb flies and you catch it, and you remove your mark in that way. So some people will go in and throw the orb. By throwing, I just mean you walk in the middle, and then their pairs, the partners, will catch it. So if you don't catch it, it's a wipe. Now I'm just gonna see what happens. The sequence, the first thing which happens is a Hullbreaker. Hurts pretty bad, that's why they're all stacked. And after this you can spread. So, pausing here. Every player position here is pre-assigned. You're probably gonna use a picture or something. You will know where to stand. It's gonna be similar to this. You don't need to go to purple. This like half circle, half of the room is like completely fine. There is enough space to spread. Now mage and MM hunter should be like the farthest because they can immune. They don't need to clear their marks at all. So you have 9 pairs. It has to be, you know, even amount of people. So you can't have one guy immune, like it has to be 2. So this is fixed locations where you're gonna go, and then what happens is I'm gonna say group 1, and there in group 1 is gonna be 3 pairs. Then group 2 has like 2 or 3 pairs. Then group 3 has 2 pairs and stuff like that. So look how it's gonna happen. So first group will be a tank pair and 2 pairs of melee DPS or melee DPS melee healer combination. You want to clear all melee marks in first 2 groups. So in first group we can fit all melees, like we have 10 melee people, and 5 pairs is like hard to kill and hard to catch. So it's gonna be like 3 pairs first, followed by 2 or 3 pairs after that when the debuff is gone. Now watch how these orbs spawn. It's kinda in a line from middle to where you enter. So this guy is off tank, I think. So he will enter here, and the orb will spawn in a line in front of the boss, and that's where the other tank is gonna catch it. So it's not a straight line. Don't be AFK, like it might spawn left or right to you, but you will know it's your orb. Like you will know that your partner went in, you will know it's your orb to catch. So I'm gonna play, they go in. They go in now, these 3 people, and there's 3 orbs to catch. So this one is obviously like the tank orb in front of the boss. One to the left, whoever entered here, that pair, someone needs to catch this. And this one is a bit far away, as I said, it's not a straight line, so I might need to walk a bit and collect it. But as I said, you know which group goes in, you know it's your orb to take if you're a catcher. So he went in, soaked it. Remember to not move out too early, which usually happens with these random soaks. If you don't soak, it's a wiper. Then yeah, 3 pairs cleared it. So another 2 pair going in. It's like another combination of melee DPS or a holy paladin or whatever. So 2 people went in, 2 pairs. 1 should be up to the left, and 1 should be to the right. Like try and don't enter in the line from boss to middle, because it will spawn on tank who's tanking the boss, and you don't want, like, there's no need to do that. Just enter a bit to the side from here or from here, and then it's gonna be like from the left to the right, left and right of the boss. So it was like 3 pairs into 2 pairs, there's probably 2 pairs again. So it's like group 3. So yeah. Now we should clear all the melee players in first 2 groups. This is 3rd group going in. It's 2 pairs again. One is to the left, one is always to the right, so there's no confusion that it's your orb to take. Like, so he enters here. So this hunter is like immuning, so he's not gonna take it. So there's another guy here collecting for this guy. This is this guy. So yeah, you see how it's playing out, and there's like 1 more group left. So it's like 3, 2, 2, 2 or something, and then 2 people immune. Pretty sure it's like that. And this is the last set of clears. It's always like 1 to the left, 1 to the right, then it's easy to catch. Yeah, I wanted to mention this, I saw this earlier. So this might cause a wipe in the first couple of pulls here, but you can learn from their mistake. As I said, it's important to know if you're a catcher that your partner is going in, and then it's your orb to take. And this guy who knows that it isn't his orbs to take shouldn't be standing like this. Like, this could have been a collision here, it's a rip. You can't take your orb if it's not yours to catch, so he should move away. He did eventually, but it's kinda tight. So he's moving now. It was pretty tight, but yeah. Just saying. Gotta know. Gotta know every group and listen to the calls, who's going in and shit like that. So that's like the main mechanic of phase 3. Apart from that, it's gonna be these stars. As you can see, stars are spawning in this side. So you don't want to place a star like right in front of the tank or something dumb like that. They'll go to the side and they will just bounce around the room. So these stars don't disappear, they just bounce until you kill the boss. So the longer it takes, the fight gets more difficult because there's more stars to dodge. So you have to dodge stars while you do the marks and shit like that. But it's completely normal to have 2 sets of marks. If the DPS is insane, you do 1 only. But average is like 2 sets of marks. I think they did 2. If you're really bad on damage, you do 3, which can be fucked because there's too many stars flying around if you do 3 sets. I think this guild had 2 sets. So at the end of this debuff, mage and hunter over there will immune. So it's 9 pairs and 2 people immune, and then sacrifice in the next, I would assume, because they aren't assigned to do this shit at all. Alright, so back to boss after all marks are clear for heals. Hullbreaker. This Hullbreaker's hurt. And this is what good example to show. They have a star flying right through the raid, and it will happen quite often. In this situation, it's important that if you see this, you be vocal about it and call it, so we don't lose like fucking entire raid because the star was flying through the boss and no one said anything and we die. If you see it, call it. When you hear a call, flip your camera and see where the stars are and dodge it. Like, these stars are just fucking one shot. Stars are rip. And the boss will always be here. We're not gonna dodge stars with boss. We're just gonna dodge stars if they come through boss. We just need to be careful because they bounce off these walls or the edge, whatever. They bounce and then come in weird angles sometimes. So yeah, be ready for this situation where we have a star right through the boss in the last phase. Breaker, lots of heals, and then they have another set of marks. They do it exactly the same as the first one, except you have these stars to dodge now, but yeah, that's the difficulty of the phase. If you had marks only, it would be a joke. These stars are, bit of annoyance. And it's the same groups again, there's no reason to change groups. It's gonna be like 3 pairs at the start, tank, plus 2 more melee DPS, 3 catches over there, in the front of the boss, and to the right and to the left. Then when this debuff expires, this is the debuff. When you enter, you don't want to refresh ever. They have 2 pairs going in again, to the left and to the right of the boss. They go in, you catch, and you see how it's gonna work. It's group 3 going in again to the left and to the right of the boss. This guy podded. I think he was supposed to go in and he podded. On the rip. Trigger is gonna delay it. And again they were confused here. Whose orb is it to catch? The mage almost wiped the raid here, almost collided. So yeah, but I guess he wanted to save the raid so they don't raid wipe, but this might happen for us as well. You shouldn't take the orb unless it's yours to catch. Like if you collide with someone, it's like a rip anyway. So don't go in if it's not yours to catch. That's like the point. So they sacrifice the mage and a hunter. In the first set they immune, and then yeah, after the 2 sets of mark, the boss should be dying at some point. 3 sets are pretty bad because there's these stars, kind of annoying to do marks and dodge stars. So 2 sets of marks completely normal, and we want to kill the boss. In next fucking 30-40 seconds. Another hole breaker hurts. Make sure you stack on boss. Oops. Mythic Shuriken kill. Okay, bro. So, yeah, I didn't miss much while I was randomly scrolling. They got a 3rd set of marks, but they will just commit. It's a commitment. Commit to the boss. And this Havoc DH is having fun here. He has to spread. He was probably on the 2nd group of clear, so there's no room in melee. So he's having like awesome time over there, dodging stars, doing nothing. But yeah, you have to spread. You have to spread for these marks and just kill the boss from range, kinda. And boss dies. So final words about Anduin. It's a fun fight, I would say. It's like lots of coordination, lots of assignments and shit like that. But yeah, we'll see how it goes for us in phase 2 and phase 3. Need to remove the star deaths, random star deaths in phase 1. Need to remove marks, gotten better, I'd say. So right now the issue is stars. The second issue is like these random salt CCs that go through. We wiped like 5 times to that on last raid. And then we didn't see enough of phase 2. But what we seen, we lack some damage on these Zeds. Next time we started doing that at the end of the raid, but we're gonna try and have the rogue debuff on them when they take 10% more damage, and everyone need to nuke them. Like I will go back a bit, just so you see how these ads like should be dying in which pace. So the first ad kinda died before the stars go. Second ad dead by the time, stars are back to the boss, like couple seconds after that. See, these heads are getting fucking yeeted. So everyone needs to switch, do as much damage as you can to the heads. Their dead dies before the Kingspawn cast even started. So the boss isn't casting Kingspawn yet now. So their dad is like dead before 3 seconds before he started casting Kingspawn. Purple head is dead. And then you have this Zed getting DPS by everyone until they go in. It's 40 when they go in. Then you finish it. Like, don't be careful here to not fucking destroy these ads while you're finishing Grim Reflection boss moves for the stars and so on. And the second set of ads, you saw it already that you kill 2 ads and then you wait for the rest of the group. It's a bit easier than this one. The second set is easier to kill ads but harder to dodge stars. That's like how it is. But anyway, that's it for this Anduin guide. And look at positioning mostly. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you this as well. For phase 3 it might be like cleaner to see. With you know, with workout logs replay. So this is what we're gonna assign, where everyone goes, where everyone stands, and then as we saw on the video, you're gonna see how it looks like. These 3 pairs, 3 people will go in. DH will catch Frost DK's orb, another tank catches Blood DK's orb, and Windwalker catches Fury orb. I would assume from their position it's probably gonna be like that. They might move a bit left to the right, but they know it's their orb to catch. They go in, and those 3 people, it wasn't DH, it was a Fury Warrior, whatever. So it was a Fury Warrior catching the Frost DK orb, but doesn't matter. Spawn away a bit over here. Then 2 pairs go in, DH and Holy Paladin, and someone, Balance Druid I guess, is catching the DH orb, and Resto Druid is catching this one. Then another 2 pair, Discipline Priest goes in, Hunter goes in, and they collect on this side, collect on that side, whoever's assigned. They don't do any immunes, which is weird. Like, if you have a mage and Hunter, you should immune on like 1 pair less to do. So this is how it looks from this perspective. They died to stars, it seems. So yeah, gotta watch out these stars which fly through the boss. But yeah, this is it. Might do another video guide for other bosses, we'll see. So yeah, try and analyze this for next raid, and thanks for watching.